welcome back to Game Corner.
Welcome back to Game Corner. What did I say the first time? Kicking Adam's arse on Smash.
Yeah, again.
Welcome back to Kicking Adam's arse on Smash.
That is, not happening. I'm sorry.
It's subjective. It's figurative.
Where am I going?
Think of more ifs, John. What else have we got?
Am I...
Expletive.
No.
Yes, that's a
Have
good
I
one.
been this way? I'm actually lost. Like,
Suggestive.
I need to go back to that
suggestive.
flipping bench just so I can... Unless I think I might have an idea of where to go.
Oh,
Maybe.
I'm out of ifs.
that's fine. It's alright. I've actually got something that I can talk about, because I said earlier about Fest, which I went
Of
on.
the Reading variety.
Yeah, a few days ago. I mean, obviously that won't be true in the future. It won't be a few days ago.
What?
Already, it's
Let him go.
It was 2 weeks ago.
It wasn't 2 weeks ago. It was a week ago.
Yeah, it was literally like, you got back
Yeah,
last week.
1 whole week ago. And
Richard makes time.
Oh, crap.
for these stories, or little snippets of what happened at Fest, just to give you like a good idea of what one of these little festivals is like. I say little. It's one of the biggest ones in the world. But I'm going to change around some of the names, or just not use names altogether, because it might not be good for them if I put their name in.
I see. So I'm guessing one of the people in the stories is Aaron already.
Aaron is in the stories, and I will use Aaron's name.
That's fair.
But for other people, I will not.
Okay, that's fair.
In fact, funny story about Aaron. So we do what is known as the early bird, which is you essentially get into the camp a day before general admission.
Yeah.
And it's good because it means that you can get in, get settled, and set up your tent and everything if you're doing camping. And it means that you get a good spot, essentially.
Yeah.
And we've kind of got a spot down, which they've had for the past, like, basically 4 years.
Yeah.
I've only been for the past 2,
Oh,
so it's
blessed,
the same
I
one
got
as
it.
we had last year.
Okay.
Good boy.
Thank you.
You did it.
I did. I'm a gamer.
Hell yeah.
Boy. Hey, bud, are you okay?
Whoa.
It's a guy. He's got.
Hey, listen.
He's like a flippin' older version of me.
Is he old?
Well, he's got the lines under his eyes, so he looks older.
Yeah. And he's also got one of his horns broken.
He's got jowls as well.
Just what about do you think you're doing? You dare come between me and my prey. It's a habit of yours to scurry around, getting in the way and causing bother.
Yeah.
I know this cur.
Know this, cur? I am Zote the Mighty.
A knight of the great renown. Cross me again and you'll find out what they call my weapon, Life's Ender.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
Nice.
We have so much money.
So essentially, we got in early on the Wednesday. Starts on a Wednesday, finishes on the Monday after, which is the bank holiday over in the UK. If you guys are American or not English. And it's tradition, essentially, to have quite a lot to drink on the first evening. Have a fire, just
I was looking at my map.
get to know anybody that you haven't met in the camp before. It's a nice little
I'm really in danger.
bonding session of, like, drinking games, that sort of thing.
Oh, I've made a mistake.
Yeah, you have.
Oh no. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm just not gonna play about there for a while. No, I don't think I'm ready for that.
Jump over the issues.
Yeah, like my life.
Got him!
Oh, hey! Ah! Why would you do this to me? Oh, I'm so scared for my life! My life!
My wife.
My life.
And so, if you're playing these drinking games, you obviously you get a little bit tipsy, a little bit drunk. I wasn't this drunk, like very drunk, but other people were.
Of course.
One of which being our good old friend Aaron.
Aaron, yes.
Who made some choice decisions that evening. Mostly, the most notable being getting quite drunk, having a play wrestle with one of our other close friends,
I know where I am.
who I will not be naming,
Okay.
for about 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and then waking up the next day and going, have you guys seen my bum bag?
Yeah, what?
So like it's like a fanny pack essentially.
Right. Yes. Okay.
A lot of people call it a bum bag. I always think of it as a fanny pack.
That's what I think of it as. I just know fanny has a different. It's like an American term, fanny pack, and it has a very different meaning over here.
And his bum bag or fanny pack had his wallet in.
Oh no!
And it became very apparent that Aaron had somehow managed to lose his wallet with his identity and his money in on the first evening.
Oh, honey.
Yes. But that wasn't the main issue. So Aaron needed to pay rent the day after, you know, with the card that he'd lost.
Aaron, you muffet.
It's still rather unclear whether or not it was stolen or if he just misplaced it, but it was gone. And what ended up happening was we went into...
Oh my word, I've never been so happy to see seating in my life.
Bench.
Look how much of the map we've uncovered now.
Dude.
Yeah, boy.
We ended up having to go into Reading Town Centre the day after, like, cancel his card, make sure that they could give him all the details so that he could pay his rent.
Yep.
And...
here comes my boy.
You know, get a new card delivered. He had to get his ID resorted as well, because, you know, he had his provisional in there, so that was gonzo.
Oh, boy.
So he can't buy alcohol at the moment.
Oh,
very funny, haha.
That sucks to be him.
It could have been worse, though. He could have lost his phone as well, which would have had his ticket to get back to where he lives, over in Newcastle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But, nonetheless, very funny. But that wasn't the only thing that we managed to lose.
Oh.
On the first evening, quite a few people...
So it's straight up lost.
Yeah, it's gone. Gonzo.
Wow. I didn't even... I thought you was like there was like going to be a redemption arc.
No redemption whatsoever. We scoured the place for it. We couldn't find anything. Gone.
Oh,
it must have been... He must have left it outside or something, and somebody came past and went, probably has money in it. Probably had a look in, went, 30 quid's 30 quid, and then just went off with it.
Yeah.
But like I said, that wasn't the only thing we managed to lose on the first day. A few people left their camping chairs out by the fire. And when we woke up in the morning, we were down a few camping chairs.
Oh, no.
A few people were still awake around about the time, but there were some girls who ended up coming and sitting at our camp.
Right.
Which a lot of us didn't know about.
Okay.
But it's common theory that they came, they sat down, pretended to know somebody in the camp.
Yeah.
And upped and left with our chairs.
Oh, no.
So that carried on as a bit of a trend, because we're obviously down a few chairs now, and a lot of people at this camp aren't exactly the best off.
Right.
So a person who I cannot name for legal reasons acquired a group of people of misfits and bandits.
I see where this is going, and I'm a fan.
To go and procure some chairs.
So rather than you've gone out to
they
other
weren't
people's chairs.
Stealing, they were liberating.
So they were trying deliberately to find the chairs that you had lost.
No, they didn't really care if they were the chairs that we'd lost.
I see.
They went out and they were basically like, fuck this shit, we've lost our chairs and we need chairs. So the first evening, a couple of people went out and they came back with a few chairs. But the thing is then they would then leave those chairs outside. So those chairs would get nicked.
So you're just in a never-ending cycle of carelessness.
It became an endless cycle of, we lost our chairs, so I guess another group's going to go out. Now, I'm a good boy and I have morals, so I didn't partake in such stealing.
Of course.
But, it was very funny because at one point they got a little bit ballsy with it and they were like, you know what, we could just steal a gazebo.
What?
They didn't.
Okay, because I can speak from experience and from having to have the CU-owned gazebo in our house for the past year. Gazebos are bloody heavy.
Yeah.
Like, even the flipping wrap around them is heavy. You don't just steal a gazebo.
So
you have to have, like, a whole heist plan ready for that stuff.
So, but they were all idiots doing this.
Of course.
And they were all drunk at each time this was suggested.
I mean, why wouldn't you be? It's Reading First.
So, no, they did it basically every evening.
Oh, it's our girl.
Oh, dude. Hi.
I think they killed... Oh.
Whoa. Ghost.
Closer, ghost.
Are we a ghost?
I've seen you, creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what you tried to do. I can't allow it. Boss fight!
Dude.
Hornet. Please don't hurt me.
Sure.
I do remember dying quite a few times to this boss. Yep.
So I have very little to add on to the end of the story, but whilst you're doing it, I will tell you about one thing that happened while we were there.
Yep.
So they were liberating these things, and they were quite drunk whilst
Yeah.
they were doing so. We never ended up with a gazebo, but what we
course.
did end up with, and I don't think you'd be able to guess it out of all of the
damn it.
things. Like, what else do you think from a campsite you could potentially find and would get brought back to the camp?
My first guess is sleeping bag.
No.
Okay.
Tent?
No.
Okay.
One evening,
Barbecue.
No. I came out from my tent in the morning, bright eyes, breezy, ready for the day ahead.
Bushy tail.
And I found in the campfire one of the massive cement scaffolding slabs
I'm sorry.
that someone had
What?
picked up and brought back with them.
Oh my word.
And the way that it got there didn't come into question at any point until a fire marshal who
Yeah.
had to sort out a fire at one point
Yeah, of course.
ended up coming over and going, "Why have you got that?" And I've never seen so many people in unison come up with a lie,
Oh, right.
because there were the four guys that had basically sorted out this this liberation quest, all in unison, like bam, 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 managed to string together a story that actually made sense.
Really?
Yes. Very impressive.
I am impressed.
Does also concern me a little bit about how they are as people.
Yeah.
But
I need health back. I don't care for damage. There we go. That's fine.
you've got this. Hell
It
yeah.
was the risk reward. I took the reward. No, I didn't take the reward. I took the coward's way out.
Yes.
Yeah, that does hurt you on the way back. Stay out of my face, please. Cool.
I love how she just shouts, "A needle!"
Yep. She is great.
So you said they're making a game out of this character?
Yes. So, oh boy, howdy, I'm not okay with this. No! Like I said, it took me a couple of tries.
That's fine. It seems to be happening pretty...
Yeah. That's one good thing about this game, because one of the problems with Metroidvania is the reliance on sort of save stations, as it were.
Yeah.
And the problems that arise from them is, on the one hand, they add a lot of challenge to it, considering it makes sort of your life a lot more valuable.
Yeah.
Because if you die, then you don't just have to fight the thing that you died from. You have to make your way back there, but better.
Yeah.
But also, when you're a 13-year-old kid just trying to play Metroid Prime, and your mum's like, "Hey, it's dinner time," or such like, and you're like, I've come so far, I've conquered so many things, and there's not been a flipping save station for the last half an hour. I'm gonna survive this. Don't hurt me. Thank you.
What is love?
I was like, I don't think I've ever stared something down quite that hard before. Just like, you won't do it, coward. Oh,
She did it.
she did it.
You won't do it.
I'm one of those people, like, where it got to a point in Stoke where I'm walking across the street, I see a car coming, and I'm just like, you won't do it, coward.
Jump, you pussy.
Joke's on you, I wanted to die.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
So yeah, in case you were
this
wondering,
only benefits me.
that's where the tone of this gameplay will go.
Okay, but for real, how did they get a cement block in a fireplace, in a campfire? Was there an actual explanation for that?
How it got there?
Yeah.
So, yes, do you want to hear how it actually happened or what they said
I
happened?
want to hear both. Preferably the fake one first. I feel like that's the natural order of things.
So the fake one that they said was a couple of the camps nearby to us
Yep.
have got a little bit rowdy with us.
Yeah.
and one of the bigger guys from the camp next to us the other evening
Oh crap. Yep.
picked up one of the cement slabs and tried to throw it into our camp.
Right.
And we obviously didn't want to throw it back or anything, and we didn't know where it came from, so we just left it there.
Yep.
What actually happened was
like death for me.
the biggest guy in our camp
Yeah.
picked it up whilst drunk and said, "This will be good." Brought it back, dropped it into the fire, and then went to bed.
Oh my word.
And we will beat this boss in the next episode. Thank you very much for
Next time
watching.
on Game Corner.
You're not gonna beat it.
Oh ye of little faith.
We have a whole 15 minutes to do so, Jonathan, so I think we will.